not happy with me being at his gate.
EE voicemail. I'm sorry, but
No, I'm just really making excuses for myself here. Oh Jesus. That's I don't know how soft that verge is. I'm gonna have to go and knock on doors, aren't I? Alright, you're holding me up.
Oh man, sweet pea, welcome back. Or just welcome if you never saw me before. My name's Jay, and I'm a Class 1 truck driver. And if you can't tell by the channel name, based in Scotland, Edinburgh. Or Edinburgh, Scotland, if you want to be pedantic about it. But this was yesterday's load. But the guys finish at 4:20, I don't know why, so I didn't make it. So, a wee bit of jiggery pokery to do. I've got some mesh and accessories to go on the back here. And we're going back to Whiteadder Reservoir. But we have the urban trailer this time, so that should be lovely. Unfortunately, it's sitting outside on my 40-foot trailer right now, so I need to sort of get on. I can't just be faffing about here, introducing myself, talking garbage. I have things to do.
Right, we're out on the road, thank God. So yesterday was an absolute crapshoot of a day. I went to, where did I go now? I went to Dollar. I had 17 tonne for Dollar. They told me I would get in at sort of 7:30. I turned up at 7:15. I knew they would all be in. They got me in and then informed me that the machine had broke down. So I was off on Monday. This is Wednesday. So yesterday obviously Tuesday, and I'm just stating all the obvious things here. But I was off on Monday, so their machine broke down on a Monday night after they dug up all the road. So although I could get on site, that was as far as I could get. I was just in the gate and no more. And their landing pads are way up the back. Probably see that there will be a video out of that delivery by the time this comes out. So the landing pads are way up the back. I had to wait on them putting the road in, and eventually they got that in, but it took me a good solid 10 minutes to get reversed up to the landing pad because it had been raining, and yeah, I couldn't get up the hill. I just kept sliding on it, so basically I had to sort of throw a modicum amount of faith into it and just reverse up at that speed and try and not hit anything, because obviously, you know, you must land everything on the landing pad right at the very start of it rather than away in the corner away from me. But no, they did not. There was a great deal of stuff there. I'm going to try and sneak out here. Yeah, there we go. This lad gets it. Thank you, mate. Cheers, buddy. That's a good start to the morning. Somebody being nice to me. Anyway, so there was hold-ups there. I wasn't supposed to be allowed to leave site till 9 o'clock, but they let me leave at 10 to 9. So that was nice of them. I got there 10 minutes early. Then we had 10 tonne for the Jenner's building, which is like the most I've ever delivered into there in one go. I don't know, I've done maybe 8-10 deliveries in there already, and you'd be lucky if it equals about 20 tonne. You usually take it like 1 to 2 tonne drips and drabs here and there. It's just horrible. But I took 10 tonne yesterday. So when I left Dollar, I phoned Richard, that's the lad on the site, and I told him I'd be there about 10:30. I was expecting a bit of traffic and whatnot at the bridge. There was none. So I phoned him at 10 o'clock to tell him I was 10 minutes away. And he was like, oh, no, it's too early. You told me 10:30. Give me 10 minutes. So I went and parked up at the bottom of Waterloo Place. Usually I park on Regent Road, but I thought, well, I was only going to be 10 minutes. I'll just go right to the bottom of Waterloo Place and I will wait. The sky's looking particularly nice this morning. So I sat at the bottom of Waterloo Place for an hour and a half. An hour and a half. They told me 10 minutes. wasn't his fault though, I'll give him his dues. He hadn't been informed of another delivery that was already pre-booked in, so not a lot I can do about that, folks, unfortunately. But it did, however, put me behind, because once I got that off, I had to go back, swap onto the urban trailer I've got now, and it was fully loaded with mesh. We had two sites out at West Craigs, and the one we're going to now at Haddington. Unfortunately, I should have really been Haddington first and then out to West Craigs, but it was not. It was loaded the other way around, so I had to go to West Craigs first. It took me an hour to get round the bypass, as it always does. An absolute waste of time. So yeah, that's you caught up on this week so far. So if you've not saw me before, I'm going to stop at this bus stop sign and tighten up my ratchet straps, and then we will continue the convo in a little bitty. We'll get beacons on first, and a hazards, because there is somebody behind me. How do you not notice the beacons and hazards is still behind you? He's still. Oh wait, it's a bus. I think it's a bus dude. You'll not be sure if I'm going to stop this side yet or not. There you go, mate. Makes it kind of awkward. Right, it's 7:05. I should probably have mentioned I started at 25 to 6. So you saw me put the bulk of the stuff on, but there was loads of other wee bits and pieces that I had to go and get. And obviously strap the motor down and check her over and all that good stuff. I totally lost my bearings here. Oh, I hope it's not going to be one of these days, folks. So I started at 25 to 6. It is just left 7:05, and I have to be here for 7:30. So right now the twat nav is saying 7:10, but that's just a waypoint that I plugged into it, because it does not like me going this way for some reason. It's a perfectly fine road. I don't know why. The first time I came to this site, it was a surprise at the end of the day sort of thing. So I just plumbed the postcode into the twat nav and followed it, and it took me all the way through Haddington, right down to the bottom road, and then brought me in, and I looked and I thought, that top road's right next to the A1, why didn't it not take me in that way? So yes, now I come in this way. Because if I plumb it, even now if I plumb it into the twat, it will not take me through this. It is a wee housing scheme, but the road's a main road. It's like, it could be a bus route, easily. But I didn't understand it. Summer, and they're turfing people out at 4:20 in the building site. Why? It doesn't even make sense to me. Actually, this should have been the first drop on my second run, but it was not. And I had a sneaky feeling. There was a few other shenanigans that went on as well that contributed to the losing the time. So the two sites that I had at West Craigs, one was mesh and bar, another one was just mesh. And the logical thing would be do the mesh and bar drop first, because the bar always has to go on top of the mesh. You can put mesh on top of bar sometimes, but in this instance it hadn't. I could see the bar on top of the mesh, and they had a pallet of accessories as well. So I went straight to the site that was getting the bar and the mesh, David Wilson Homes. Spoke to the lads in there, a wee bit of faffing about, wasn't sure where it was going to go. Eventually pointed out where it was going to go, and when I got there I realised that the mesh underneath the bar was not their mesh. Their mesh was underneath the other site's mesh. So rather than faff about with the mesh, taking it off and putting it back on, I left that site and I went to the other site. It was all over the road, but again, it was, you're talking like 20 minutes lost, and that was the difference in getting in and out of here. Is it this one? Taylor Wimpy. I know the McTaggart one's next to it. It is this one. Oh, get the beacons on. So there was a bit of faffing about there. I got that stuff. And then when I went back to, so the first one I went in, it was David Wilson Homes, and the second one was Barrett. And well, the gate's not open. Oh well, looks like we're sitting here until somebody comes and opens the gates, because he did tell me to be here for 7:30. Aye, anyway, where they wanted me was extremely tight, but I wasn't going to look at alternatives or that, or argue points or whatever. I just went there, but all the lads that own that site know that I do YouTube, and they were asking about the cameras. So I'm not recording today, blah 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 blah, too busy. And I made an absolute ass of getting out there, like really bad. The trailer kept, the wee steering axle trailer kept jackknifing on me. I kept having to try and straighten it up. I almost knocked over a fence post, not a fence post, like a sign post. It was like a speed sign, but it was like a bit of plastic ducting they'd used as a post, and they were ripping me for that. I bet you didn't put that on YouTube. If I had been recording yesterday, you would have saw that, but unfortunately I was not recording yesterday. I'm going to switch these off now and go and speak to the site manager, see if I can get the gates open at least, because there's a tipper pulling up behind me now. Right, 32 minutes past 7. I got in it about 23 minutes past because the site manager turned up and he was not happy with me being at his gate. I was talking to somebody and he's like, "Whose is that? Is that you?" I was like, "Ah, that's me, mate." He's like, "Get it moved so I can get in." And I was like, "Sorry, mate." Okay. Excitable, happy. Where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. Apparently he's going to take it off. So it's me, folks. Well, I'll show this tip. No, I won't show this tip because probably I'm going to be a handball. You want me right here? Right here. There we go. Right, that is that stuff delivered. I can't go over that site manager guy. Like, you can just tell like, he's one of them. He's a bit of a wet wipe with his attitude towards folk. Like, there was a much simpler, nicer way to say, "Could you move your truck, please? You're blocking my parking spot." If he'd opened the site up, rather than have the gates closed until strictly 7:30. Now get this, it's because there's a school nearby. So, I know I'm not the brightest, but surely the safer option would be having trucks in the site rather than parked out on the road. I mean, is that not the obvious solution? Makes sense to me, folks, makes sense to me. But then what do I know? I'm just a dumb truck driver. Right, we're going to Elphinstone Tower. And I'm talking as if I know what Elphinstone Tower is. I don't. I had a wee sketch on Google Maps. It looks like a farm with some cottages. But it's like it's a part load because they came and collected so much stuff and then couldn't get the rest. I feel like this is going to be one of those jobs where it's a handball, and I really hope it's not, because it's a lot, folks. It is a lot. Off the top of my head, quick squint at this, 2 ton. About 2 ton. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'm really hoping I'll just spray and spit everywhere. Yummy. I don't know how busy I'm going to be today. So today I was meant to go this morning out to Linwood with a load of mesh and some rebar, and then go for Linwood down to Stewarton with some mesh, and then for Stewarton I was going to go to Lanark for RJ Doak. You're dusty. Why are you dusty? How are you dusty? There we go. Is that the front one? Do you need a wee scrub? There we go. And then for Lanark I was supposed to go to Whiteadder Reservoir, and it would have been on the 40-foot trailer. I mean, when I realised that's where I was going, I kind of just thought, it'll be fine. I'll just go with the I'll just go with the 40-foot trailer. But now that I'm thinking, I'm kind of happy that it's on the urban trailer, because that was a lot of faffing about. If you've not saw the video, I'll link the video. You can go and have a wee gander at it. But yeah, I didn't think I was getting out of that one, folks. I thought that was a recovery job to get me out. Not obviously get me back to work, just to get me out the hole that I was in. I'll link the video anyway. But we're getting to Elphinstone Tower for about 8:10ish. I really hoping and praying, because it's a farm, they might have a telehandler. That would work. I can work with a telehandler. I skinned my knees yesterday, not my knees, my shin. I climbed on the side of the motor, and I got cramp as I was climbing down, and the cramp caused my leg to just slam into the mesh, so I've got a big cut right in the front of my leg. So I get for wearing shorts, I suppose. It is sweaty, 17 degrees, folks. Right, the 360 camera is charging. That's one of the reasons I never put it either, because it was low on charge, because I used it yesterday. Forgot I used it yesterday and didn't bother charging it. It wasn't until I got here that I realised, oh, I need to charge that. So it is charging. So if it happens that it's a handball, or maybe time lapse a handball, some of the videos are coming out now with time lapses for the 360. People are still not a fan. They're skipping it, or they're just abandoning the video altogether. So I don't know. The one that I'm talking about right now is the one going through the grass market and whatnot. People just switched off, but that might be because I was going into the rigid and people maybe just weren't interested in that, which is a crying shame, because there was some good banter with the guys that were on that site. Yes, the drive was mildly uninteresting, but the banter on the site was decent, I thought. Anyway, I'm waffling shite, so I'll switch this off now and we'll catch up in a little bit. Right, we've just sort of left Trinette. We're still on Trinette, but the main town in Trinette, we've left that. We're on a back road, the B6414. That's annoying. Switched that off. I had a look. Let's say it's a farm, so they do have a particularly large yard. So I'm thinking barreling in will be just fine, unless the road's been dug up halfway along. Then that could get a little bit annoying. But as for what I'm going to be doing today, obviously won't be doing any of what I spoke about earlier on, but there was talks about maybe getting out to West Calder. I believe I've got a load of mesh to go to West Calder. Now I'm thinking this early in the day, Lanark would be a good shout as well. Let's go out to RG Dope, get that one out the way. I'll stick it on wood. The leftover it'll be a quick tip. West Calder, not so much a quick tip. But that's fine, because I do have Peter's phone number. I'll give him a heads up that I'm coming, because he whinged the last time that I never phoned him to let him know I'm coming. I didn't realise I actually had his phone number. There's some nice cars in his forecourt. Obviously it's school times, so that's why that site closes at 4:20, so that they're not interfering with schools, and that's why it doesn't open till 7:30. Okay, it sounds like I'm banging on about it now, but it's so frustrating to turn up somewhere and them no be letting people in because of school times. It's like, well, I've never understood the logic of it, because I'm in a truck. Do you know, want me sitting out on the road? You open the gates and there's still kids walking about and I drive off. Surely that's more dangerous than me already sitting on site. Has to be, doesn't it? Has to be safer for me being on site and sitting about. Right, apparently we're up here somewhere. I don't know exactly if it is the farm or not, because it just says Elphinstone Tower, and I couldn't actually find anything for Elphinstone Tower. Just Elphinstone Tower cottages. Now is that Bellway side going to be, that's Elphin Gardens. So that's the farm up there on the left, judging by what the twat-nav's saying. I'm just looking to see if I can see any sort of building in sight, what's going on. I better keep my eyes peeled in case it's elsewhere, eh? Done that before. Concentrating on what I think is the drop and end up going right past the drop. Site access. Aye. Aye, so it must be. We're going to take a wide swing at this car behind us, make sure he doesn't try and come up inside of us. Did not. Wide swing was not that necessary, but we do it anyway. Right, that said site access there, but the gates are closed and there's no machines in there. Watch this be the dead end road now. No access to the farm. Oh dear. Oh no, it's fine. IDH. Is that what I'm following? That's not my customer. Crap, I was really hoping this was it, folks. Oh, I don't know what's down there. Oh, get the beacons on. Oh wait, I see a wind turbine. Oh no, that looks completed. Checkpoint 1, delivery, stop here and call. Ooh. Back up a tiny little bit so I can see that phone number. Your call cannot be taken at this moment.
To the EE voicemail. I'm sorry, but the person you called is not available.
Of course they're not. I pressed it. I pressed the handbrake. Right, it looks like it's a walk in to see if I can see what's going on, folks. See, there's an IDH deliveries. Deliveries along this way. Individually designed homes. Ah, see, I see my customer. So the what I just reversed down to checkpoint 2. Wait here for further instructions by IDH team. Well, it looks like I'm reversing down there, folks. I'm going to go down and speak to somebody because there is lads there. There is a gate down there. I'll leave you running, but you probably got to lose signal. I love that, mate. Put a phone number down and then phone it and it instantly goes to voicemail.
Aye, that's because that's not the name of us. It's fucking the police are using that for you.
Oh, IDH, not do you? Brilliant. Just reversed in here then, aye?
What you got, boy?
Mesh, Mars bars, all the stuff you couldn't fit in your van.
Can we just stick it in there?
Would I be able to?
Aye.
Nah,
No.
you'll need to do that.
I've
I do have a higher, buddy.
Well, I've not got
Look!
I'm not going to fuck out to take it off with.
What's that?
A wee digger. Wee fuck
That'll do. That'll do. Hopefully.
Aye, hopefully.
Yeah, you got a full bundle of mesh right enough. That's 1.4 tonne. That could be mildly awkward.
Aye.
We'll
get
figure
it.
something out, buddy.
Might get
Right, I'll bring it down and we'll see what we can do then, eh? I was going to reverse a bit better today because I was garbage with this yesterday. And I said earlier on about it, but it was real bad. Just I think because I was already out with the 40-foot trailer, and I know I'm just really making excuses for myself here, but it was one of the days. Didn't seem to matter how I tackled it, I just couldn't get it right. I don't want to go into the farmer's field, although to be fair, no, it does look like it's been sprayed, it's been damp, it's had a bit of rain on it. People will be looking at this reverse and going, you're worrying about reverse, look at it, it's the most straightforward reverse you could do. Even the most straightforward reverses can go a bit pear-shaped, folks. Oh my god, oh, right, she's away off the side a bit, see? Let's not be going into the field, folks. Just reset, let your pride take the hit. There we go. I just keep it on the keep it on the dirt path, Jason. Keep it on the dirt path. There we go. I'm just paranoid about hitting that wall. Oh, I'm miles away from the wall. And she's away again. That's how quickly she can go. Look, she's away again. Oh, Jesus. Woo! Come on, baby. Making a fool of myself here. Fine, I've always said I will show the good and bad. It seems I cannot reverse with this trailer. I don't know if it's the camera of the road that's thrown me off or what. But this is horrible. You hear all the trees whacking the top. That's why I wasn't putting you above. Just turn it to the right a wee bit. Oh, the trees. Oh, the trees. Yeah, I don't know which entrance they want me at. I'll be the bottom one, I'd imagine. Just tell me to stop there. Oh, I just about put the window up on the selfie stick. See, that's kind of damn happen. This is going to be one of the days, isn't it? Not bad, folks, not bad. 20 to 9. I really wanted to show you this tip, right? But I can't. So I will try and sort of roughly explain how it went, or may or may not have went. But massively underpowered machine, 2 ton of mesh. So they had no shackle, no chains, only the quick hitch for the bucket, and obviously we pre-slinger mesh, so it was all pre-slung. And we may or may not have put all the slings onto the quick hitch on the machine and kind of just bounced it above the trailer deck, and then I may have drove out, and they may have just dropped it on the floor as soon as I drove out, because like I said, underpowered machine. Twat nav is losing its mind, it doesn't know where I am, thinks I'm in the middle of a farmer's field. So the lads were telling me, like, I'm the first Arctic to actually come down here. They've had a few deliveries and they've all refused. I know this is 10 feet shorter and it steers, but that's I don't know how soft that verge is. That looks very soft. $20 to 9 and I'm blasting an air horn. I'm gonna have to go and knock on doors, aren't I? The verge looks really soft. Maybe not actually. Feels rock solid underfoot. I'll put a steer axle on it and see what happens. Well, we haven't sunk. We're doing okay. Yeah, it was actually solid. It looked really soft. The top layer was kind of like sort of dusty looking, as if you know, it had been turned over and made nice. Obviously there's grass growing on it, so it's not been turned over. I'm explaining this poorly, folks. Right, anyway, we're getting to Whiteadder Reservoir for about 25 past 9. It is coming up 8:45 now. We will get the sunnies on. I don't have a coffee today, folks. I have a salted caramel milkshake. But fear not, because I have a Red Bull. If you'd like to buy me a Red Bull or a salted caramel milkshake or a coffee, there'll be a QR code. I'll pop up on the screen. You scan that with the camera on your phone. A website will pop up. Ignore the 25, 50 and 100. I cannot change that. I can't do away with it. It's embedded in the code, so ignore it. Price you a cup of coffee, a couple of quid. Helps me out massively. allows me to buy the funky cameras and pay for the expensive software, because my god, it is expensive. For all I use it for, I should probably just learn to use one of the cheaper ones. And I didn't do actually any crazy editing stuff. So, well, who knows? But for now, I like the expensive one, so I'll keep using it. But if you're wondering what I'm talking about with the buy me a coffee thing or that, and you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. I've had to take my sunglasses off again because I'm sweating that much, I'm steaming them up, I can't see. Get yourself subscribed, guys. Follow along the fun and the shenanigans, because I'm an idiot. And there's nothing more entertaining than an idiot in a truck. But as you said, first Arctic to actually come down here. I know I'm in my urban trailer. I would have done it in the 40-foot trailer as well. I may have had to find an alternative route out of that chicane, but they did say there was one. You can go up and round the barn apparently, and yeah. Anyway, I'll switch this off now and we'll pick up when I get nearer Wallyford Reservoir. Right, we're about 3.5 miles away from where I pinned the 2.5. I don't know if I've pinned it exactly on the point, but I feel like I got it pretty close this time. But I'm sure that's the reservoir you can see in the distance. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. I was going to try and get the 360 out for the run in because it's stunning, but I've spoke to the boss man, so the rest of the day is busy, real busy. I'm going to go back, collect the 40-foot trailer, and we will go to Wallyford, and then we will go to West Calder, and then we will go to Lanark. So busy. It's kind of all over the shop today. It's what we signed up for, folks. What we signed up for, and no point getting all grumbly about it. I'd rather be busy than have one drop and be done by 10 o'clock. That would be crap. Speaking of time, it is 9:15 right now. There was a Neil Williams haulage tipper went past me and he had his beacons on, so I'm kind of hoping that's a good sign, and it means maybe there's lads on site. Because last time I was here, there was just 2 guys and they were working away across the other side of the reservoir. So it's only 2 bits of stainless steel rebar they're getting and 6 sheets of mesh. So if they're nowhere in sight, I'm going to throw it off myself, and I'll try and put the 360 out so you can at least see the issues I had when I was leaving with the 40-foot trailer. And I'm so glad I'm not doing it again with a 40-foot trailer. I feel like the last time I was here there was an element of luck to me getting out of there. I knew what I was doing, if that makes sense. I just didn't know if it was going to work. It all worked out, obviously. I got out, no damage, nothing was broken. Even had a member of the public turn around and go, that was a good bit of driving, you done really well there. Which is extremely unusual, because usually they're just moaning about you being on the road and they had to wait. But she waited patiently, and she even stopped to congratulate me on a nice bit of driving. So I'll take the compliments when I can get them, folks. They're few and far between. Usually, usually just folk just greeting their eyes out because, oh, you're holding me up, I've got places to be. And then you get stuck behind them doing 25 miles an hour because the place to be was just wherever they were on the road at that time, dawdling along, admiring the views. Which I have nothing against, just don't come at me because I've held you up when you've not really got anywhere special to be anytime soon. It's kind of frustrating. I'm trying to remember now. I need to be hard left when I'm turning into this side. But then that sets me up for the awkward in through the gate, and that's part of the reason why this drop went a disaster. It wasn't a disaster because, ooh, Jesus, that was a sharp one. That explains why the road's got all those shiny parts on it, where it's been whacked with oil pans for cars. I don't remember it being that sharp. Right. We join up with the reservoir here. Right, it's at the far end, isn't it? Aye, it's at the far end. See, there's the Whiteadder. I think that's the water sports section. Because I remember I seen the boats and I thought that was maybe the guys on site, but it wasn't. Oh, Oh, it's looking particularly nice today. Ooh. When I'm leaving, the 360 should pick all that up. Oh, wait, we've got pedestrians. Oh, you are stopped in a terrible place. Oh, that is not a good place to be stopped. Can I see over the hill? I can't see over the hill. There we go. I was worried in case I couldn't see around the corner or over the hill. I don't want anybody barreling into me at 60 mile an hour. That would be a disaster. It looks like a windsurfing club or something. But I remember I'd seen all the boats and I was like, oh, there's my guys, and it wasn't. Because it would have been a fairly large entrance like that. And it's not a big entrance at all. Well, they did have a really big machine here, but I'm thinking he must have just dropped it off at the start. There's no way they took a big step frame trailer or proper low loader in there. Not a chance. Even with the steering axle, I just can't see it happening. And the post that ruined me, there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason for it to be there. It's just a random big ass post. I'll slow right down because the road has got super narrow. Thinking about putting the beacons on. Oh, is the entrance round here? It is. Well, we'll get the beacons on. Because remember, I stopped there to check the truck over and make sure I hadn't damaged anything. Right now, we just need the gate to be open, folks, and we'll be good. Well, the ferns seem to have grown back from where I destroyed them. There we go. Yeah, I'm so glad I never came back with a 40-foot trailer. I'm just looking at that now. I don't know how I got out of that with a 40-foot trailer. I really don't. Go watch a video, you'll see what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, at the time I didn't have the 360 camera, and to be fair, I never even thought about that when I was leaving. I thought I'd get out there just fine. I forgot how close the barrier was to the entrance. That's the problem. The real problem is that barrier. If that barrier wasn't there, I could just drag the trailer right across the ground and it'd be fine. I thought the site was further along, but obviously not. The wee trailer should manage just dandy to get out of there. I'm bringing the bars that was supposed to deliver that day I came here with a 40-foot trailer, but because they're stainless steel, they hadn't turned up yet. Right, beacons are on. There's a machine there. That's a good sign, folks. That is a good sign. It's only 6 sheets as well, so it's not particularly heavy. Well, there's a long reach machine here as well for Blackboots. I wonder who delivered that. I don't think it'll be the long reach that's tipping me. Might as well just drive all the way along and speak to them. Hi, Sweet Pea. You having a good day? It's about to get better, eh? It's about to get better.
Aye. Yeah.
Where do you want me?
See if you're a bear spike.
There you
See
go.
where the fucking gratings are sitting. I'll just handball them onto there, mate, on top of there. Get the boys, we'll handball them, mate.
They've got a machine here and they've got a handball on. That's not ideal, folks. Right, tipped in there. I forgot switched these on. Just need to do this wee minor blindside. There was no cars when I done it with the 40-foot trailer, right enough. Saving the trailer for that grass verge point. Oh, maybe we need a bit of diff lock. Come on, baby. I'm struggling to get up this hill. You might need to, because I'm sliding down like mad on that, eh? Hey, we've still got the diff lock on. I'm panicking about we're going to hit the car. Oh, it's this lad that owns it. Will be away down there somewhere at the reservoir. We're getting back to work for 10:30, so realistically, back out on the road for 11 o'clock maybe. I'm going to have to hit this with some beans. Pull it forward a wee bit more, just so I can... Never had this issue with the 40-foot trailer swing up at no bother. I can't remember how dry the road was though. It must have been fairly dry because I was no any qualms about going into the verge. I don't know what he's doing, he's just moved it back a bit. Come on, matey. Oh, there's a roller coming up. Where's he got to go? Right, we've replaced the car for a roller. Come on, I need to do it here. What are we doing? I bet he wants to, he wants to go up there. There we go. Yeah, that's enough. Right. Oh, fun and games, folks, fun and games. I wonder how close I was to that car. I didn't think I was very close. I'm glad they moved it now though, because I needed that space. I got right panicky there. I know you're going to hit that car. No, mate. No. I mean, maybe if I hadn't shouted, maybe I would have. Who knows? Oh, birdies! Out of the way. Look grouse in it. Don't run in front of me. They're all safe. They're all safe. I've kind of just got you poking out the side of the trailer because, well, obviously you saw the trees on the way in. Very low hanging, very grabby. And I don't have my lens guards on it. I should probably put them back on. The issue with the lens guards I've got is when it's really sunny, they create these weird lens flares on the video, and I didn't like it. I mean, lens flares can look nice, but not the ones that I was getting. Beacons have switched themselves off, so we don't need to worry about that. They thought I was the one that burst that barrier. I told us, no, I was the me, so I turned up, it was like that. That's why I was desperately trying to avoid it. I did not want to touch it because it looked like I had loads of sharp bits on it. Actually, I probably could have put you above the cab. I really hope now you'll be able to see what I'm talking about when I'm coming out of here. So we need to go tight to the left, but not too tight that we clip the gate. So we go tight to the left, coming up to this gate, right? And then on the right hand side, it's the old gate post, that's what it is. So I mean, aye, not the best, but hey ho. And then we had to back her right, and you can see the verge where I went in it. And we also need to do the same with the steering trailer, but we won't need to go so far into the verge. That has definitely been another Arctic that's come out of here and whacked that. Right. I see loads of room with the steering trailer. Just because she steers, they took the long reach off in here. I can see the tracks on the road. I'll leave you up there for a wee bit longer. I'll find a lay-by. The diff lock went off. It has, that's fine. Sometimes the diff lock sticks on. I don't know if it's a Volvo thing or universal across all trucks, but that's a few times I've had the diff lock just stick on this. In fact, come on guys, I'm just going to pull over here and get you off. Right, we're speaking a little bit. As you can see, I had not got my 40-foot trailer. I had just started loading it, so I stopped him and says I'd rather just shoved on this. Partly because RJ Duck stuff was on the very back of the 40-foot trailer, which I keep telling him I can't have. I need it at the front. You tip the trailer from the back to the headboard. So I just got to take it off and shove it on the urban trailer. I'm sweating like a pig. We were on 2 hours 41 minutes driving, but while he was loading me up, I had a spot of lunch. Oh, sorry, Mr. Van Driver. And my lift axle is quite happy to stay up. What is going on? I mean, that's got to be at least, I don't know, 24, 25 tonne of mesh. Mid lift is happy. I'll go down. It will go down. As soon as I hit a pothole and I'm like, oh no, can't have that. Anyway, we're going to a job that we went past earlier on. Futures Way. What's the name of the place now? Oh crap. Oh, Wallyford, that's it, Wallyford. So we've got Wallyford, and we've either got 4 lifts or 6 lifts, because the slings are doubled up on, so it's two bundles of 3 different sizes of mesh, and both bundles you can get to the slings for both bundles. I'm not explaining this very well, but basically they can lift the 2 bundles with 1 set of slings if they have the capacity to. If not, the slings are in such a position that they'll be able to lift singly as well. We got there in the end. My God. Oh, it is 22 minutes past 11. I'd imagine we're probably going to get to Wallyford for about 20 to 12. So we shouldn't be hitting anybody at lunchtime, because generally lunch times are between sort of 12 and 1. Cheers, matey. We won't block it up though. I will pull right out though once this green light goes, because that Arctic will hopefully be a good boy and let me out, unless of course a last minute van ruins me. Now he's gone left, right, even. My left, his right. You know what I mean, folks. Come on. There we go. Oh, he's a good lad. What a lovely boy. There we go. Just like that. We're out. Cheers, matey. And your fridge motor. The dafts are nice. I wouldn't mind if they said to me, oh, you're getting a new daft. A new daft, not an old daft. The new one. Hey, we'll catch up when I get closer to Wallyford. We'll see what banter we can get smothered with. Hey, to who? 20 to 12, on the nose. But I had a look at my paperwork and it says Dandara. There's a sign for Dandara, the Pines, Wallyford. It must be up here somewhere. It did say near Wallyford Primary School, which is that big building on the right, I believe. Wallyford Learning Campus, so yeah. Has to be this primary school, right? I don't know. I think it is the site I've been into. I couldn't remember who that site was. But it is. It's the site I've been in. That's fine. I know I can just barrel in there. All good on that front. That's McTaggart. That's Dindara. So we are sorted. And I believe the entrance is fairly decent as well. Oh, get beacons on. Hi boys, I bring gifts. We're out of gold, frankincense and myrrh, so you're gonna have to make do with some mesh. Now, will they still be taking it over in that corner? I'd imagine so, eh? Let's just do that. I think this is one of the first sites I got a wee shot of my 360 on, actually. Done a wee reverse round this corner. I was just faffing about with it at the time. I will need to get this lad's attention. We do this. And we get his attention. Now, I do not know if I will get round this corner anymore. I'll go and speak it to the lad. See what it's... Oh, he's mixing up concrete. Yay. Oh, I better put a wee bump cap on it. If I get shouted at, get called out in the comments, it's not safe. Hey, you've got 6 packs, but you might get it in 3 lifts. What's that? Ah, it's a 13. Never mind. Too heavy for you, 2.7 tonne. So 6 lifts. Are you just dumping that in a dumper? No bother. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going into sight. I think I'll just be sitting at the end of the road there, which is unfortunate because it means he's got to tramp up and down with it. Not ideal, folks, not ideal. Done and done.
Shema.
Hi buddy, it's Jason for the road group, how you doing?
Yeah.
I got...
He's going to the same place.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long can it take you?
About an hour, buddy.
In 1 hour.
1 hour, yeah?
Okay.
I'll see you then.
See you.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.
There we go. Give them a little peep. Thank you. Always nice to have some assistance reversing, folks. Right. It is 12:20. Obviously, you just heard me on the phone to Peter from Millennium because he mowed the last time. So we give him a phone call. I'm going to go left here. Apparently, I can get to the A1 by going left. I think I know where it'll take me out. It should take us out just before the A1 junction, and just before the old part, the original, even not the old, but the original Wallyford, the original Wallyford. I hate going through in a truck because it's all stop-start every time. We put the beacons off. Well, I say 12:20, so I'll get us there about 1:20. I'm really hoping that that's not their lunchtime. I mean, even if it is, it's not a massive disaster because that only puts us about, I don't know, 50 minutes to an hour away from Lanark. I think we can go into the A71, cut up to the A70 and then just bash in that way. I think that would probably be the best idea. My neck is so itchy. I reckon it's probably fiery red. I think it's like a sweat rash or something. I hope you're not eating your tea. I do apologise if you are, but my neck is super itchy and I'm trying really hard not to touch it, but it's difficult, you know, it's real difficult. Right, where are we? I have no idea. Actually, no, I think I'm right. I think I'm right in where I think it's where I come out. Anyway, I'll switch these off and then I will tell you if I was right later on. Right, here we are, Calderwood. We're going to David Wilson Homes at Valley Park. It has been on the channel before. I think the last time I was here, I said, oh, it's nice and easy because you just drive in and then you drive out, and it worked out. It wasn't quite like that. It wasn't terrible either. It was just a standard reverse around the corner and we were on our way again. But it's not the drive in and go round in a loop and come back on yourself anymore. But I've had a wee bit of a moral dilemma, folks. So bundles A252, the mesh that I'm taking to RJ Dock. For as long as I can remember, they have come in packs of 30. 393 is packs of 20. You get the idea, right? I'm not going to go through every single pack, right? But we've changed suppliers and they've sent us 252 in packs of 40. We've been getting them for quite a while now, and I'm just looking at the mesh now and it is far too high for the amount of 252 I should have. I should only have 60 sheets, which in normal bundle terms would be 2 full bundles. I'm thinking we have 80 sheets on instead of 60. So one, I'm going to have to admit that I never checked my load before I left the yard, as in I never counted and made sure I had all the right stuff. I kind of put a wee bit of faith in the guys to know and remember these things, and they have not. I have already delivered a pack of 252 today as well, which is now making me think that perhaps that was also a bundle of 40 instead of 30. So if I phone the boss man and ask him to check how much 252 we've got versus how much we should have, I'll open myself up for a bit of a telling off, because it was only a couple of months ago that I did get a little telling off for not checking my load, putting too much trust in the guys, thinking they would load me correctly with all the correct stuff, and it turned out a few times they had not, and there was a couple of collections come in and they had missed stuff off of that as well. Now when I say a telling off, it wasn't a formal, you know, it just said like, You need to be checking your load before you leave the yard, Jason. Blah 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 blah. It's costing the company money. So now, not only do I have to tell the boss man that I have 20 extra sheets on the back, that possibly there has been a lot more went out that shouldn't have went out, because I think we are down to our last full bundle, and there's over a full bundle's worth in the open packs. So I don't know how many times whoever it is has done this, but I feel like we're going to be quite a few packs short of what we should be. I told them an hour. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. To be fair, there was no traffic on the bypass. We got around the bypass at a decent pace. There was a couple of sticklers who were just cruising along at 40 mile an hour on the bypass for whatever reason. Why people do that, I have no idea. You ever wonder why the bypass turns into a car park? That's why, folks. That and people dawdling down the slip roads at 40 miles an hour, joining the main carriageway at 40 miles an hour while all the traffic is battering up behind them at 70 miles an hour. They then have to slam on the brakes, and everybody, it's like an accordion effect. Before you know it, the folk away at the back are practically stopped. So, yes. Fun and games. So this is 3 lifts. 393, 60 sheets. Thankfully they still come in normal bundle sizes of 20. They did, the supplier did ask if we wanted them in bundles of 30, but it was like, no thanks. Because as good as that sounds, you've got to remember as well that the bigger the bundle packs, the more weight. And little 13-ton machines really start to struggle. So that machine you saw at Advance, that was a 13-ton machine. He managed 2 packs, but only just. You would have noticed that. Where are you, Peter? He's hiding over there. So I think I'll make that phone call now. In fact, what I'll do is I'll double check. Oh no, I just counted that one out, right? That's fine. That's fine, folks. It's fine. It's all good. He has counted that out correctly. We do only have 60 sheets on the 252, so that's good. We shall go get some straps off. Right, take that off. They're just going for the break now. Mute that. We'll just nip around this corner and we'll head to RG Docks. We're getting there about 2:15. So the twat nav says just crack on right along the A71. Well, I think that's what it said. So I'm just going to listen to the sat nav and see where it takes me, folks. Because 2:15, that's unacceptable. Quarter past time. I speak English very bestest. 2:15, folks. So, somebody commented on one of my TikTok videos, so I done a wee shot in my reversing into the back of the Waldorf Hotel. I think that's the video that's out right now. The one with the Uber Eats rider who tried to come up the left hand side as I'm turning left. I made a wee shot out of that and put it on TikTok, and somebody commented, "Oh, good driving, well done, blah blah blah." Blindside. And as I pointed out to him, you have your good days and your bad, folks. You just got to take the good with the bad. Because yesterday folk were questioning if I even actually had my Class 1 licence. I was reversing so terribly. Even today, you saw it at that farm, just trying to reverse in a straight line, and the camber on the road, and I couldn't figure out why it kept going off. For all intents and purposes, I was fully lined up straight. I should have just kept going straight, but because of the camber, obviously knocks you off to one side, and I couldn't figure it out. I could not figure out why my truck kept going in towards the farmer's field when I'm driving straight. You get good days, you get bad days. There's no point losing sleep when you're having a bad day. Just accept it, deal with it the best you can, and hope that tomorrow you remember how to reverse properly. Because I know that old saying for all the old timers, oh, I've done more miles backwards than you have forwards. I feel like I would be justified in saying that when I've got more years of experience behind me, because that's another thing people keep pointing out, it's like, oh, new driver. So, how many years do I need to be doing this before I'm considered like not a new driver, an experienced driver? Because like, so I've had my Class 1 licence for about 3.5 years, and now bearing in mind for the first 6 months of having my Class 1 licence, we didn't have an Arctic, I was still running about in a rigid. So like, what, how many, what, 10 years? 15 years? How many years until I'm experienced? I feel like, as well with the type of work I do, I've been chucked in at the deep end. I don't know what much could be worse as your first job, other than like say like machine movements or something, you know, heavy haulage stuff. Even then, is that worse than what I do? Because it seems to me a lot of them can just turn up to the site gates and just drop the machine there, and then the machine just gets tramped into site. Whereas I have to go to the obscure corners of the earth for them to take their steel off, because they didn't want it in the way, and they also didn't want the hassle of having to try and tramp it everywhere. Beats me, folks. Oh no, the twat nav is actually taking me up onto the A70. It did look like it was going right along the A71. I never properly looked into what way it was taking me, but it looked like it was going to go right along the A70. Oh, what a nice man. Ah, because he's wanting in there. Not David being nice, he's just looking after himself. We'll just pretend he was being nice, folks. Anyway, the twat nav is going to cut me over at, what's the name of the village now? I cannot remember the name of the village. What is it? Oh no, wait a minute, oh I don't know. Maybe it is going to go right along the A71. Because I'm thinking I'm already coming up to the A71, I'm not. Thank you. I will let you know when they get to RJ Dock. We're no point sitting here debating it until I get... In fact, you know what I can do? Cheers matey, I can steal some of the curb though. Right, no, it is just going to take us along the A71, so it looks like we're going to go that way. I think actually, if we go right along the A71, it brings us into the back of the A749. No, that's in Glasgow, isn't it? That's the Busby Road. Busby? I don't know. Right, anyway, waffled enough shite. This video is going to be long as balls. Look at that. I have my Red Bull, but it was just a tiny wee one. I don't think it's really helped me any. Oh, where am I going to go? Alright, we'll just go back this way a bit. And then swing it in that way. And then we'll just spin it out here. Wee pallet there, but nothing too scary. Can I do this in a rigid, folks? No! No, you have to do a 10 million point turn. Look at that. With ease. Oh, right. We're done RJ Docks. Why does it... Oh, I must have put it further along the road to close. Doesn't matter. We're 2. Go home. What time is it now? 2:25 I reckon we're half free. Pick up. Oh, 3:45. Oh, beacons are still on. We'll get them off. 3:45. What am I doing now? I'm going back to the yard. This time I will be dropping the urban trailer. Getting the 40-foot trailer. Now I do believe tomorrow I'm going to the dollar job again, and then I think I'll be in Linwood and then Stewarton. But I think one of them said the old Edinburgh yard. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I've never heard it. But I will see the paperwork when I get back, and then there'll be other bits and pieces that I would have been doing tomorrow that I will probably have to do as well. Hopefully I've done all these out the way obscure ones, so I don't need to worry about that. So Wallyford, Calderwood and Lanark, they're kind of, there's not much else in the areas that we do. So they're done. Haddington's done, Trinent's done. So tomorrow, if we're going west, hopefully everything we got is just west, other than Dollar. Obviously Dollar's north. But I think the bulk of what I'll be taking is probably Dollar. In fact, no, well, no, it'll not be. I think it's maybe only 7 ton or something. It will be in the 40-foot trailer though. Not that much, because they're already loading it up. They were loading it up when I was leaving. You might have saw that when I switched the cameras on when I was in the yard. There's one of my colleagues in the big forklift loading it up. Unfortunately, they can't put the bar on until I get back, because I'm in the only unit that we have. I couldn't tell if that was a smiley face or a sad face, and I'm pretty sure this is just a 40 road, and I'm doing like 35, so okay. Anyway, if you're not subscribed, guys, please consider it, because this is about the long and short of how my days go. Sometimes I go like I did yesterday and I kind of reverse for toffee. It's been a happy accident that it's been a rare occasion where I've not been recording, and I've just had a crap day reversing. It will happen one day. I'll be recording and I'll be like, ooh, I'm going to show you this super easy, normal reverse, and just wreck it and just be like, why am I even driving a truck? But anyway, if you are subscribed and you want to support me in other ways, there'll be the buy me a coffee link that I spoke about earlier on. You can scan it with your phone, go to my website, switch that off, and you can, for a couple of quid's more than enough, guys. I appreciate anybody who has done it in the past. Ignore the 25, 50 and 100, that's not me, that's nothing to do with me. Just 100 quid for a coffee, wow. Don't know where they're buying their coffee, but I maybe need to rethink it. Anyway, that'll be the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next one.